Mitch O'Keefe.
Yes.
Great to have you in the studio. We're going to get to talk about your business, Green Medicine, and a bunch of other stuff. Of course, I'm going to bring in that old photo I have of you as a kid talking to the elder.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
How old were you back then?
I was 11, 12 years old.
Yeah, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's, of course, I know your dad, Ken. I
Yeah.
worked with him at the Union of Ontario Indians. When they were just starting up the Anishinaabe Police Service, he was involved with the government negotiations to make that happen.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, a lot to do with that.
And that photo I took, was that Angus Pontiac?
And Angus Pontiac. Yes.
Yeah.
He's special. He's very special to me. He gave me my first eagle feather.
Yeah.
Which was an honor, and of the highest respect. And he'll always be remembered.
Yeah.
Yes.
Made a great front page photo in the Anishinaabe News. I remember that.
Yeah, my big debut.
Yeah. Right on. Well, what have you been up to since then? You've come back to Nipissing with your wife and created a business.
Yes,
Tell me about it.
Yeah, we came back. I was in the talks. We were in the casino industry for close to almost 13 years. And during there, we see the changes start happening. From coins going into tickets, which means loss of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So we seen it coming, and so we decided to go back to school. And my wife, amazing Carolyn Pelche, she saw something in the window which got us going. It was become a meditation teacher, and it was a 6-month course. And so she's like, "I want to take that." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, okay." We're on a path of having lots of fun, and we wanted to kind of settle back down a little bit and try something new. So she started in there, and she really enjoyed it. Fast forward, she graduated 6 months later, never missed one day, the first person in that school to do that. And she went to Bangkok, Thailand to graduate. So she was with the monks, and in that during that time, we met a homeopath who was starting up a school called Homeopathic Academy of Niagara. So we met her. She asked me, because I started to have, I got really sick one time, and I had the flu, bronchitis, and I went to see a doctor one morning, and he sent me home, said there's nothing he could do. Well, in the afternoon, she was talking to her, and she said, "Come on out to my office. I can't drive, I'm too sick." And my wife goes, "I'll take you." So she brought me out there. While I was sitting in her office chair, she was asking me all these questions about my symptoms, and she gave me a remedy. I tried it. I didn't know what homeopathic medicine was at the time. And then I tried it. It didn't do anything. She goes, "Hold on." Asked me a couple more questions. She put some more pellets in a glass. "Try this one." Tried it, and all of a sudden I just felt my face get, like, color came back, and I was better. And I was like, okay, I was gonna get better anyway. So off we went. So I start calling it, everything that's
Hocus pocus,
hocus pocus. Yeah. Exactly. I was gonna get better anyways. I didn't give much thought. Then fast forward to the spring. She says, "Come see me for your allergies." I said, "I've been taking Reactin for 13 years. I just go get a prescription. They give me four renews, and it was just basic. There's nothing you could do. I had it all my life." She goes, "Come see me. It's worth a try out. It's natural. What harm can it do?" That's what I was thinking. And then I went and seen her again. Sure enough, after about 6 weeks, I started noticing my nose is not running. And then I start saying, "What is this medicine?" And it's homeopathic medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, homeopathic medicine is a very touchy subject, but it's the most used medicine in the whole world, come to find out. So we wanted to learn it. She said, "I'm starting up a school," and that September of 2006, we started in Homeopathic Academy Niagara. Graduating 2009, I don't want to spend too much time on that, but
yeah.
But it just, what happened was we start studying these homeopaths, and we start going to meet these homeopaths. wanted to learn more. And we went to meet a homeopath. His name was Dr. Luke Chapar. His ways of teaching is phenomenal. Easiest. We spent time with many other different amazing homeopaths, and his ways of teaching was amazing. And then one time I asked him in Albuquerque, New Mexico, when I was at a conference with him, where did you learn homeopathy? And he said, Dr. Robin Murphy. And I said, oh, we use his books. Wow, that's amazing. And then after that, me and my wife, we went to see Dr. Robin Murphy. We went to 10 seminars with him around the U.S., and he's from Blacksburg, Virginia. And we became really good friends with him. And that's in 2 years, 2009 to 2011-ish. We saw him so many times with all these seminars. And then that's the time we decided to move back home in 2010, because we were getting confident more and our practice was getting better, because we're using his concepts of how to use homeopathic medicine and how to not be biased of all modalities, all forms of alternative medicine. Use them all, because they're all equally amazing and they all got their place. And
yeah, your shop is diversified in that way, right?
Yes.
Like I go there for, of course I get the pickerel and the maple syrup from Tom's and whatnot, but there's all these other things, basically natural food store and plus, right?
Yeah. We like to be diverse.
Yeah.
We take different modalities of healing from around the world. So we got stuff from Ayurvedic medicine, Chinese medicine, herbal medicine, homeopathic medicine. We have also Reiki masters that come around once in a while. So we're very diverse that way, using all different types of modalities. And that's how I was taught by Dr. Robin Murphy, is not to be biased. We should be humble and honored to be healers. And that's the way I look at it. And when healers come into the store and say that they're nutritionists or something to do, and they're big in natural medicine, I love talking to them, because they always got something to share with me. Mm-hmm. And I'll share whatever they want to listen to when I'm talking to them.
Yeah. So it's a broad perspective on the holistic opportunities for medicine of basically self-care, right?
Yes, that's the biggest thing about green medicine.
Yeah.
It's something that we started our business off in 2009 as the homeopathic pair, my beautiful wife and I, mm-hmm. Carolyn, and she and I said if we ever change our name, we'd want to call it green medicine. And what green medicine is natural medicine. When you think green, you think earth.
Yeah.
When I think green, I think natural, and it's homeopathic medicine, because homeopathic medicine is very green. It's very economical, very sustainable. It only needs one plant, and it'll have enough medicine for 1 million people. Herbalists, like they have to use up a whole field or a whole mountainside, and other types of medicine that people are used to, some of it you can't even flush down the toilet. So that's the kind of concept there of green medicine. Green medicine is natural, and mm-hmm. that's why we call it green medicine. And that's the biggest. People think it's
cannabis.
Cannabis,
yeah, because it came out right when the legality of marijuana and whatnot. But so you kind of got caught up in that whole. So it must be a pot shop kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's and we're not biased about that either. Like, that is medicine as well. So people use it every day to sleep, to calm down, and to me it's not really addictive if you use it right. Yeah. But the concept of green medicine is all modalities, mm-hmm. and I like to be. We like to do the concept of integrating medicine.
Right.
So integrating all these types of medicine, because our main focus is to help people, and that's what we do best. We help people, and I'm biased of whatever I use. I use different types of medicine, not just homeopathic. It's everything, and that's why we do okay there. I mean, getting success, it's a lot of just word of mouth, because how much people we help and change lives, and that's what I really enjoy doing.
It's funny, it's been so, everybody goes through their own journey as far as finding out that most of what's going on in your body is caused by your decisions. Right?
Yeah.
So which means your decisions can fix or hurt yourself. Right?
Absolutely.
And that's that concept of well, I'm a little bit older than you, and I grew up at a time where we really didn't think about it too much. It was like stuff your face, fill the gut. Pizza's great 7 days a week, right?
Yeah.
And I never had it occurred to me that the dough in the pizza was sugar that was inflaming my joints.
Yes. Yeah.
And there was not enough roughage for my colon to operate properly.
Yeah.
Right? So I ended up with some issues,
Yeah.
obviously, that I had to take care of eventually. And it was such a long learning process for me to understand that action right there is the source of most of my issues, is what I was eating.
It's the main thing we live for.
Yeah.
Reproduce and to eat.
Yeah,
and
eat to reproduce.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that you mentioned there is we never growing up the way we did, and everything was emotion suppressed.
Yep.
So emotions plays a big toll on our bodies as well, and everyone bottles it up because big boys shouldn't cry, big girls shouldn't cry. If you fall, toughen up. Dad, I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah.
You hear this kind of thing.
You hear it and then you say it and then
everyone says it, and it honestly, what it's doing to us as people is I find it's making us not know how to deal with our emotions, because we are emotional beings, that we suppress them and they go into different parts of our body.
Yeah.
So let me give you an example. People who suppress their anger, they start getting liver issues, which then turns into gut issues, which then turns into irritable bowel syndrome. And then when I start asking them questions, I ask them, so do you get irritable easily? Oh yeah, I snap really fast. Okay, so I know there's a liver issue there. So that's where I start writing down liver.
Yeah.
Then I know that's something I got to focus on when I'm helping this person out. Then they're usually stressed and anxiety happening, because the gut and the brain is so connected that we eat food every day to feed our brain, because our brain needs 70% of all nutrients throughout the day. And if it doesn't get it, it will, because it works on salary, it does get its nutrients at night while we're trying to sleep. So what it's doing, it cannibalizes our body. It starts pulling out of reserves, so cartilages, bone, muscle. Not as much fat as I wish it did, but you see what I mean? That at night you got all these people now in the world eating this diet, thinking they're eating healthy, but they don't know the concept of food, of where it comes from. So a lot of our fruits and vegetables are grown in either drought or it's grown in clay. Very malnutrition. So then our bodies aren't getting the nutrients it needs. So it will get its nutrients from our cartilages. So that's why you hear people on bone. It just doesn't disappear. Our bodies just doesn't work like that. Osteoporosis, bones are starting to get less dense. So therefore, our bodies will get, because we're made to survive. So if we don't survive, our main survival is to be ready to give her the next day again. So at night, the body will get the amount of nutrient needs for the brain to operate the rest of the body for the next day. It's always preparing.
So if you're eating stuff during the day that can't be processed and assimilated as energy, what your brain needs as well, it's got to take it from somewhere.
You got it.
Yeah.
And so it's taking it from our cartilages and our bones, because it doesn't like to work easy, and the body doesn't like to work either. So it'll go to injured part. So if you injured, it's easy to pull nutrients out of cartilages.
Oh, okay.
So you hear hips, bone on bone, shoulder, bone on bone. And that's because you take a person's history, you see that the last 15, 20 years, they haven't ate very well. That's why green medicine is here. So we could start teaching people how to eat high nutrition foods as superfoods.
Right.
So superfoods, like my wife and I's top 10 ever cool collection, has like chia seeds, hemp seeds, goji berries, honey, apple cider vinegar, Himalayan salt, bamboo charcoal, diatomaceous earth. What else do I got in there? Vitalogy, which is Shilajit from the Himalayan mountains. That's my broad spectrum tincture. What else? So there's 10 things there that we still go back to this day in our store. Even though we got 1,200 products in our store, those are our go-to because it works. It's true, tested, and we put it to the test for the last 12 years that we've been doing this. So it's very amazing to be able to teach people how to put these superfoods in their diets and show them how much nutrition their brain needs. They do this for about 2 weeks to a month, and then all of a sudden they start sleeping better. Why? It's because their brain is getting the nutrients it needs. The first sign of that I'm on the right track when I'm giving, when I'm helping people is that I'm getting better night's sleep, waking up more fresh, more energy during the day. And those are our side effects. Like that's literally my side effect because it's food. It's not going to do no harm to nobody. When I start adding tinctures in, I add them in at very low dosing over longer periods of time. So only 5 to 15 drops maybe I'll give to people in water 2 or 3 times a day, which on the bottle you'll see some of them 180 drops, 120 drops 3 times a day. You're going to need to be a herbalist and know what the contradictions are. I'm using it as homeopathic doses, so it stimulates the body instead of trying to heal it fast. And I find it's more permanent. So when people get off of it after 6 months and try something else, it doesn't fall back as fast. Because your body needs these nutrition every day. We're like a car. We put super gas in our car, right? You don't think that's just going to go for miles and miles and miles. You'll get the same amount of mileage as regular, but it works better in the car. So I tell people when you're eating superfoods, that's your daily lifestyle now. Start eating superfoods every day. You start feeding the brain and body what it needs, and it starts healing at night. Instead of our brain cannibalizing our body, now it's starting to put nutrients where it needs to be and start regenerating our body to heal better. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's it's an awakening when a person gets to that point where they realize that they can control and manufacture the body that in mind that they want, right? It's like boom. You must see that a lot when people just have been going with the flow and not getting anywhere, and then all of a sudden.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and it's awakening, and they see just by taking superfoods, they start getting more energy. I see people like even more.
And that must have really helped all aspects of their life.
Yes,
right?
all aspects. It's not just. Yeah. It's breathing. It's going upstairs. They're not like I could go upstairs now, and I'm not winded when I get on top. Like when some people, that's the first sign your body's starting to heal. Lungs, we could heal lungs. We could heal liver. We could heal. It takes time. That's the only thing. I tell people, let me see what I could do in 3 months, and then you be the judge.
Yeah.
If I don't get you, I don't ever tell anybody I'm going to get them 100% better. I tell them, what if I get you 20, 30% better in 3 months, 6 months? We keep at it? Yeah. Everyone's yes. If I get 20%, I'd be amazed. Well, that's where the humbling comes into place. Is I don't want to steer people in any other way. And like people ask me, what's your success? And I'm like, maybe 50-50. But you ask anybody else what their success. Like if I could get 50% people that come in and help 50% of people, I think that's pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like that. I mean, you got a 50-50 chance, but it's probably more than that.
Well,
really.
If you're batting in baseball, that'd get you in the Hall of Fame, right? So.
Oh man, see, that's what I mean. But we're put on as natural medicine. We're always put up. Well, we'll see if it works. You know, like so. I almost have to prove to everybody And people always thank me after they leave, and I say, don't thank me until you start getting better. Because that's again, I'm just glad I'm able to do what I do.
Yeah.
And that's where I think I learned recently what my native name is, Gejiasage. It means shining light, and people from far ways come to see you because they want to know what that light is way over there, and they see how bright it is, and they're drawn to it. And I get customers now coming from Oshawa, from Hamilton, from Sarnia, from North Bay. That's amazing. Just to drive out to Nipissing to come see me. I mean, to me, that's what my name meant. And I didn't really know. I got that name when I was like 12, 13 years old from an elder in Wiki. And it was given to me. It's a family name, I come to find out too, that we used to have before Manitowabi. On my mom's side, she's from Wikwimacong on Sea Reserve.
Judy, eh?
Yeah, Judy. Yeah, and
can I try saying it?
Yes.
Geishiashige?
Geishiashige, yeah.
Geishiashige?
Yeah.
Geishiashige.
And I don't even know if I'm saying it right either, but that's just the way I've always said it.
Geishiashige.
Yeah, Geishiashige. Geishiashige.
Geishiashige.
Yeah.
Geishiashige. Well,
Yep.
it's not bad for me.
No, honestly, you did good. But it's that's my name, and it is, and I carry it now.
Right.
And that's what green medicine is too. We just want to help, and we train people, we teach people, so then they can have their own testimonies. Because I have people now that is going on 3 to 4 deep. So I helped this one person, that person's helped another person with what I told them to do, and that person helped another person.
Oh, right.
So that's what I mean, 3 or 4 deep. So they're getting testimonies all the way down now. So that's, to me, that's healthcare.
Yeah.
Healthcare is teaching people how to be, I guess, give them the knowledge they need to take care of themselves. And that's what we do at home at Green Medicine, is teach them how they could take care of their family. Because if you knew what to give, if you got a bump and you give arnica, Montana, and then you could stop that snowball effect if they get concussion, and into later on things that might turn out from that. There's a lot of never well since concussions, and like a lot of people have head injuries. I think it's 70% of the population have head injuries, and maybe 30-40% of them is never well since their head injury. They never really snapped out of it. Right?
And you can help that?
Yeah, that could be helped.
Yeah.
How? Help with that brain fog.
Yeah.
With these natural medicines, this is what you do when you start giving superfoods, herbal tinctures,
Well, that makes sense.
homeopathic medicine.
If the brain's getting what it needs, it can regenerate itself to a point.
Yes, it can. It could start healing again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have like just cell salts, and there's. I always say that we have an arsenal of remedies that we could try, and there's definitely, if I don't get it on the first try, I'll get it on the second. Like, I do my best. Yeah.
And it's a process to find something, especially in an area where there's not a whole lot of traditional governmental healthcare. Can't do a whole lot sometimes.
Yeah.
When it gets to that point. Like, there's not a whole lot that it can be done. I don't think they're struggling with head injuries.
Yes, and head injuries, also with pain. Like, that's another. And really, do they got a good grasp on how to help people with pain? I don't know.
No, they don't. Actually,
yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
They try, but it's the problem with chronic pain is that it has a domino effect on a person's health, because when you're in pain all the time, and if you're taking painkillers, you're just masking that issue, but you're still not fixing anything, and you're deteriorating mentally and physically that whole time, because you can't you can't get the blood flowing because you can't be active, and then you're not probably eating right, and the pills are just mask all those feelings.
Yeah.
And you don't end up getting to the point where you're helping yourself.
Yeah. So over time, we help people with pain.
Yeah.
We got pain salve, CBD. We have diatomaceous earth. There's a homeopathic medicine. I try to find the root cause of it. Some people's arthritis is just from being hurt in their life. Some people like I was telling you about the emotions. That's where a lot of people with anger, it goes to your liver. With grief, goes to your stomach. With heartache, goes to your heart. So they start tending to have heart issues, breathing issues. A lot of grief also goes into breathing. And so you just I find out what is their ailments and what's going on with their symptoms, and then I prescribe on different areas. They always got heartburn. I give them something for that, something for their liver, something for their brain because they're stressed out. So ashwagandha, bacopa, those are two big herbs that are great for the brain. Ginkgo is another one. So there's always something we could do. That's what we do. And vitamin D, like we're big on vitamin D. When I first opened Green Medicine, people would come in there thinking they're going to come get vitamins. I only had vitamin D was my only vitamin. Well, because I'm a business, I had to, again, be unbiased, right? I had to learn that myself from my teacher, Dr. Robin Murphy, taught us to be unbiased observers. It's in homeopathic medicine, actually, where that comes from, too. But that's unbiased, not just homeopathic medicine, unbiased to all different medicines. So vitamins, now I bring in vitamin B12 I have now, and a bunch of other little vitamins that people want, so I get it. Yeah, because I'm a business too, and
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the way of business, right?
Yeah, I had to learn that.
Yeah, when people feel like they're taking care of themselves with supplements, and to a point they are, right? So
yes, yeah.
That's if somebody's at that stage where they're actually supplementing with vitamins, that means they're at the stage to take care of their own health, and maybe they can go further than that.
Yeah,
right?
I try to teach people about vitamins. It's better to get them from foods.
Yeah. Because
I'll tell you the reason why is because food is what we need to live.
Yeah.
And for thousands and thousands, I don't know, I could be tens of thousands of years, we lived on this planet probably longer without fire than we did with fire. So I call them original foods. And that's everything that we go in nature and grab, pick, and eat.
Yeah.
So we go to bark, seeds, berries. That's stuff that we needed without fire. So we lived on, our body recognizes foods.
Ancient foods.
Anything, it doesn't even have to be ancient, just foods alone, because our bodies don't how to absorb it. So vitamin C, I give Camu. That's a fruit from around the world. Vitamin B12, I give Spirulina. So those are the types of things that we like to do. My multivitamin, people ask me for multivitamins, I tell them chia seeds.
Right.
Because chia seeds is a multivitamin.
Okay.
But your body recognizes it.
Right.
And it will absorb it 100%. And I don't have to worry about vitamins. Like you take vitamins, you could get too much vitamins and it'll start getting side effects. With food, you can't do that. Your body knows how to regulate it. So if I'm taking high doses of Camu, your body will absorb what it needs, and it could keep it in homeostasis so it won't spike it. If you're taking vitamin C supplement, it might keep going up and up because your body can't eliminate it fast enough. So that could happen. That's what happens with vitamin.
Well, you can take too much vitamin D too, right?
Yeah.
There's a point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So vitamin D or vitamin C too is another big thing that your body has a hard time, especially pharmaceutical grade vitamin calcium. They give that to people with osteoporosis, and people with osteoporosis take these high doses of vitamin C, but every year their bones are getting spongier and like weaker and weaker. So does it work? It doesn't. I don't know.
I follow this one Dr. Berg podcast, and he goes through these type of things
Yeah.
and it helps me understand them. And so when you're talking about that, I think he said, I can't quote him, but basically, just because your body needs calcium,
Yeah.
it doesn't need that calcium, and that doesn't help you, and that actually can calcify in your blood,
Yeah.
which right if you
Yeah.
get the wrong kind of calcium. So
Yeah, you'll see it in your bones too. They start calcifying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
That your bones start getting thicker.
yeah, yeah,
Bone spurs. That's another big culprit of too much calcium.
right,
Because it starts piling up. They don't know it doesn't know where to put it. So when you're taking food calcium like spinach and chia seeds high in calcium, your body knows how to regulate it very easily. You just eliminate it, or it just keeps it where it needs to be.
Mhm.
So food is thy medicine. That that old saying, medicine be thy food. Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Parkites said that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
well, we covered
He's
a lot
the
of
father of medicine.
Parkites.
Yeah. He's he's a Greek Socrates.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay, I thought you said.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept that keeps sort of cycling into the social consciousness of taking care of yourself, right?
Yes.
And I think we're at another peak where people are very interested. The pandemic
Yeah.
kind of showed everybody that if you don't take care of yourself, you might have comorbidities when something comes along that you're probably going to feel it more than others if you're not prepared for it. So like the mission is to be prepared for whatever comes now.
Exactly.
Right? And
Yeah.
I see a lot of people changing their ways a little bit, and actually appreciating themselves more too.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's our motto here: take control of your health. Like I
Yeah.
always tell people, it's up to you. We will be there to guide you,
Mm-hmm.
but it's up to you to take it every day.
Right.
Like and unfortunately we can't, be there to give everybody their medicine every day. Like their natural foods and.
Well, actually,
But-
isn't it part of the process? If you're taking care of yourself, you will heal better
Yes.
if you are actually engaged in what you're doing
Yes.
and understand the benefit. And
Yeah.
that way you'll free up that positive energy because you know it's good.
Yes.
Right?
And that's why we like to teach people about green medicine and why you're taking it.
Yeah.
So it's not just saying take this, take this, take this. It's I I listen to what they have to say. I give them a little, not a whole system of medicine.
Right.
Basically, what it is, it's a whole system of medicine, and then they go home and they start taking it. But then before they leave, I tell them how to take each thing every day, and I tell them why they're taking each item. And I usually start off with, depending how healthy they are, I'll give them more. The more sicker people are, I give them less. Because I just want to stimulate their immune system, or what we call it, the vital force,
Mm-hmm.
and just to allow them to start getting better and better
Right.
and better. But I don't want to make them get better too fast because it'll shock their system.
Mm-hmm.
So then you'll see me give some people 1 or 2 things. Some other people I'll give them 5 or 6 things because I could tell they could handle it better. So then, and month after month, they come back. No, this is better. Okay, now let's add something else. Now
Yeah.
let's add something else. When I get them up to the 6 months down the line, they're up to 5, 6 things in their daily lives. They seen the difference. Their pains are lessened. They're able to control their irritable bowel. They're able to control their different anxieties that they have of their health, because that's a big thing, anxiety about their health. And
Well, it's funny. It goes along with the do-it-yourself sort of trend of people doing their own work at their house.
yes,
Make your body your own project.
yeah,
Right.
that's it. You only have one body, and where it's up to us to take care of this vessel. And we're using it right now to experience life,
Mm-hmm.
and health is your wealth at the end of the day.
Yeah, it sounds cliche, but
It does.
there's nothing truer.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You guys got a little one there. How old's he?
Yeah, he's we call him our homeopathic baby, right? And because he's been raised on homeopathy, and he's ready to take, every time we're ready for your remedy, he opens his mouth and takes it. Here's your cell salts. Here's your vitamin D. Here's It's just the way he is, and you'll see children like that. He had no problem with growing spurts, no teething issues, never drooled. He's so strong when I call it a little more grit. So when he bumps himself, like I would be screaming. To him, it's ow, 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 and he rubs his head,
But he understands.
And then I go give him a arnica if I think it's hard enough. I'll go, if I think he hit his head on the side of a table because I've seen him do it, I'll go give him arnica. So then I don't have to worry about anything snowballing later on.
Huh.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
He's 3 years old.
Oh, isn't that true?
Yeah.
Precious. Yeah.
Precious time. I put him to bed every night.
Right on.
Yeah, I try to make sure I never miss a night to put him to sleep. I'm very grateful for my wife, Carrie Lynn, for being able to be home with him. She's sacrificing for our job to,
Oh yeah.
That's a sacrifice to raise a child at home.
A happy and healthy child isn't an accident.
No, it isn't an accident. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right on. Well, I think we covered a lot of ground. I want to have another interview with you.
Okay.
Hopefully we can do it every other couple months or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be great because we got lots of share.
Yeah.
Even stuff just from your kitchen. My teacher, the late Dr. Rob Murphy, I got to say it again because everything we learned is from him. And we were really good friends. We sell his books, his repertory, and his Materia Medica, and his keynotes of Materia Medica. And we're his only Canadian suppliers. He gifted that to us 3 years ago, and he passed away, going to be a year ago soon. And I miss our chats together monthly. I've been buying products off him for over 12 years, and now his wife Jude, she's amazing enough to honor his request to ask us to be his Canadian suppliers. So that's always been an honor for us to be able to sell his books. He had many Canadian students, and he chose us, which is we're very grateful, very honored for everything he's taught us and to bring us where we are today.
So Mitch Tokis of Green Medicine, more than homeopathy plus everything else.
Yes, plus everything else. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Right on.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Good job. Thanks.
Cool. How was that?
I was nervous as hell, man.